If you're considering going to college, then watch this video because I'm going to be talking about things that you may or may not have thought about that I highly suggest you consider before applying for college. Hey guys, it's Tran back with another video. I'm recording this video around July 27th. And it is almost back to school season. School usually starts back in August for most people. I made videos in the past regarding high school and how to survive high school and how to have the best high school experience, but I haven't talked much about college. The only college video I have made is my video about me dropping out of college. I am a college dropout, about to tell you some of the things that you should consider before applying to college. Am I the best person that you should be listening to for advice about college? Probably not, because as I said, I'm a dropout, but a proud dropout. But since it's back to school season, I just want to make this video to talk about some of the things that you should be aware of in regards to going to college. The first thing that I want to talk about when it comes to applying for colleges is to really understand and to know yourself. A lot of the times, especially if you're a senior in high school, people are going to shove college down your throat and they're going to make it seem like that is the only option. And if it's something that you want to do, then go for it. But if you know it's something that you don't want to do, then don't do it. So know yourself and know what you actually want. People will also tell you to go to college and take some general classes until you figure out what you want to do and what you want to major in. They don't tell you that all majors require you to take certain classes. So you could be spending 2 years taking random classes trying to figure out what you want to do, but then when you realize what you want to do, you'll soon realize that half of the classes that you took were completely unnecessary because those are not the classes you need for your major. I don't want to see you guys waste your time taking classes that you don't need and to spend money on classes that you don't need. And if you don't want to go to college, don't let anybody force you to go. There's so many other options besides college. So know yourself and know what you really want, and don't waste your time and money on a school or classes that you don't need or want to even take. Speaking of not wasting money on classes or a school that you don't want to be at, please be smart about your financial situation in regards to college. Let me tell you guys this right now. For some majors, the college that you attend does matter, but for a lot of them, they don't. For example, I was interested in being a teacher when I first went to college, and I live in Ohio. And the main college in Ohio is the Ohio State University. There's an Ohio State University branch in the town that I live in. So I could attend this branch instead of the main campus and save thousands of dollars. And when I graduated, it wouldn't say the Ohio State University at this branch. It would have just said the Ohio State University. So when employers would see my diploma, they wouldn't know that I didn't actually attend the main campus. I don't know if any of that made sense, but I hope it did, because that's a very important point that I want to get across to you guys. If you can save money on a college, then do it. It's not always about what college you're going to. Sometimes it really is just about that piece of paper. It's not about where you got it from. It's just the fact that you have it. As I said, for some careers, it does matter, but for some, it doesn't. Or if the career that you're going into isn't as prestigious as others, and if you don't need to have that Ivy School diploma, why waste the money doing that? That's just my opinion on that though, because college is expensive, extremely expensive. And I also highly recommend avoiding loans as much as possible. Apply for every single scholarship that you can. Apply for all the grants that you can. Scholarships and grants you do not have to pay back, but loans you do. I completely understand if you have to get loans because college is expensive, but if you can avoid that and avoid as much student debt as possible, I highly suggest that. And that's also why I suggest going to a cheaper school if you can. Because more than likely, if you go to a college outside of your city, you're gonna have to stay there for your first year. So that is a lot of expense that you have to consider. There's a whole bunch of things go into play when applying for colleges and for going to college. So just make sure that you're in a good financial situation and try to avoid as much debt as you possibly can. I know that not everybody is as fortunate and as lucky to have family or to have the opportunity to go to college for cheap, but there is ways to limit the amount of money that you're spending. So just make sure you explore all of your options and you don't just jump the gun onto one school. In high school, as I mentioned earlier, they are gonna shove college down your throat, especially your senior year. It's gonna be so overwhelming because you're gonna have teachers and other people around you telling you to apply for scholarships, apply for college, and this and that. So if college is a route you want to go to, I agree with them. Apply for those scholarships, apply for those grants, as I mentioned before. But if college is not for you, you need to put your foot down and tell them that. Because I had doubts about college. I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to go, but I still went anyways because everybody was pushing me to, and I felt like I had to. So after my first semester there, I realized I don't want any part of this right now.
Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
But since I left halfway throughout the year, I had to owe money back. So I hate to see you guys in that situation. So if you can, just avoid that from the get-go. If you don't want to go, don't go. There's plenty other options that schools and other people don't really talk about. There is trade schools. So those kind of schools are a lot cheaper and they teach you other kind of skills. You can learn to become a welder. You can learn contracting, plumbing. There's a lot of other things that you can learn how to do that pay just as much as careers that require a 4-year degree. And it's a lot cheaper. You can make so much more than these people who are spending tens of thousands of dollars on a degree. And that all comes back to knowing yourself and exploring your options. Don't just jump the gun on one thing, because for all you know, there might be another option out there that you like more. And it could be a much more affordable option. Really consider your mental health too in regards to going to college. College is going to be extremely stressful and it's going to be extremely difficult for you sometimes. I'm not trying to scare anybody, I'm just telling you guys the truth. So if your mental health isn't at its best, I don't suggest going to college right away. There's absolutely nothing wrong with taking a leap year or a leap semester. There's nothing wrong with taking time to yourself before you go to college if you're not ready yet. And I know what people say, and I know that statistics show that if you don't go right after high school, the likelihood of you actually going is a lot smaller. But if you want that degree bad enough, I don't think taking some time off to yourself is gonna stop you from getting it. It's just gonna delay it. College is gonna stress you out and it's gonna take a big toll on your mental health, especially if you're moving across the country to a different college or just even moving away from your parents to attend college. It's gonna be a lot of changes, a whole new environment. It's gonna be a huge adjustment for you. So just make sure that you are ready for that and make sure that you can mentally handle that. I just don't wanna see anybody who is so excited about going to college and then when they get there, they realize that they just can't handle it right now and it wasn't the best route for them. And then they have to drop everything and come back home. I just want you guys to avoid that if you can. It also ties back into knowing yourself, know your mental health and your mental stability, and if you can actually handle going to college yet or not. This whole video so far, I've just been talking about a lot of the negative things regarding college, but let me tell you, it's really not all that bad. It can be, but at the end of the day, it really is what you make it. And that one semester of me going to college, I've met some really amazing people. I had some really cool professors who really helped me out a lot in deciding what I want to do with my future. And I met a lot of cool people who I am now friends with. Not only that, you really learn to push yourself in college and you really learn self-discipline. In high school, I was very lazy and I waited till the last minute to do my work because it wasn't that serious to me and it wasn't difficult. But in college, I really had to discipline myself. I really had to tell my friends, hey, sorry, I can't hang out this weekend. I have to study and things like that. It was hard for me because I was working full-time plus college full-time, and that was hard for me to balance. In doing so, it taught me how to prioritize, and it really taught me time management. Because since I worked all the time, I had to manage my time between working and going to school. So college does teach you a lot of amazing and helpful skills that I don't think I would have learned had I not gone just for that one semester. And I made a lot of great friendships with people that I wouldn't have made had I not gone at all. There's also a lot of fun activities you can do too within college. Football games. I know some colleges even have concerts on campus. There's a lot of things that you can get involved in regards to college that you wouldn't be a part of if you don't go to college. Sorry if the lighting or the camera angle changed, my phone fell off the tripod. But like I said, college isn't really all that bad. There's a lot of good things that can come with it. Just stay open-minded and I'm sure that you'll be fine. But something that I did forget to mention though, and it kind of goes on the negative side, but it's very important. Before you decide what degree you want to go into, look at the job demand for that degree. If you want to do that bad enough and you don't care about the job demand, then go for it. But a lot of the times people have a degree that they don't end up using because the demand for that job in their area is very low and they can't find a job. And sometimes people get a degree that they can't even use and end up going back and spending more money for a degree that they can use. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a degree and working a different job, because when push comes to shove, you have that degree to fall back on like a safety net. But just make sure that your career field has really good jobs available and it's a very steady career choice. For example, real estate. Yes, the housing market might crash, but how often does that actually happen? People are always trying to buy houses and people are always selling property. So real estate would be a good career choice for you in that sense of having stability and a reliable career. The whole point in this video is to just share some of my opinions in regards to college and to just share with you guys some things that you need to know that you might not have thought about. Just remember to know yourself, know what you actually want to do with your life, do what you want to do, stay focused and stay open-minded, and just be smart. I didn't make this video to scare anybody. I was just telling you guys the truth. Like I said, college can be extremely difficult and it can have a lot of negative factors on you, but it can also be a very positive thing. Because in 4 years or 6 years or 8 years, however long you're going to college, once you graduate, it's gonna be an amazing feeling. Just make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons and you're doing it for yourself and not for anybody else. For everyone who is in college or for everyone who is starting college, I wish you the best of luck and I hope you have an amazing life beyond college. And if you realize that college isn't for you, it's okay to step away from it. It's okay to do what's best for you. I did it and I don't regret it at all. But I do know if I ever go back to college, I'm gonna go for me, not for anybody else. And I am gonna take everything into consideration that I talked about in this video. Had I taken these things into consideration that I mentioned, then maybe I wouldn't have gone to college right away, and I would have taken some more time to myself to figure out what I wanted. That is the reason why I made this video, is because I don't want you guys to be in the same situation as I am. I want the best for you guys, and I want you guys to do what's best for you. With all that being said, leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it. Share it with your friends if you want to, or if nobody who's going to college, then definitely share this video with them, because I'm sure this video might help them out. Also, subscribe if you are new. Tap the bell to be notified whenever I post. I post at least one video a week. So if you tap that bell, then you won't miss out on a single video. Be sure to follow me on all my social medias. The links will be in the description box down below and at the end screen of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support. See you guys in the next video.